This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports Chaco. We're here with the victorious Owen Duffy. First of all, I want to say, how does it feel to be the king of Cavan?
What does it feel like to be the king of Cavan? Listen, tonight was a lot bigger than being the king of Cavan, you know. I was talking to you just before we started this. I lost to Eddie 3 years ago. It was the last time I fought in Ireland, and my dream was to become an Irish champion and push on from there. And today was going to be the make or break me. And live on TV, Cavan Derby, you get dropped in the second round, the fight's a tight fight. Next thing you go and drop him in the fifth round, like, you just couldn't make this stuff up. And to come out in the victory side, I'm just over the moon. And I have nothing but respect for Donegan. No hate from him at all. Lovely fella. And I hope we can become friends now.
I guess, obviously, does it show the character, obviously, you have, obviously, having defeated Eddie Tracy and you know, you didn't want to lose for a third time again. Obviously, getting dropped in the second round, was there any panic, obviously, moving in, or were you badly hurt, or what went through your mind? Because obviously, the third round, you come out and I thought you controlled the third round very well.
Listen, completely, you know, that would have been, you could say that was a great, there was a great moment of the inactivity, like over-exaggerated the distance, completely out of range for the shot. It was off balance, caught me a great shot, and don't get me wrong, he stunned me, like my legs were a bit shaky. Got up too quick, I did what against Eddie, I got up real, just the pride got me up, and Frick goes, Owen, get back down and take your 10 seconds. So back down on one knee, got me 8 seconds, and only if I took them 8 seconds, I would have been all over the shop. Took the 8 seconds, got up. Now, Dominic said it in his previous interviews building up, he's a very hungry fighter. He says he can't lose this fight, so I could only imagine there was a lot of emotions on his side, so I was like, he's going to come peering at me. So just be composed, relaxed. I knew that big bomb in the right hand, the bomber shot was coming. I said, just guard up, relax, get through the round and go back to be boxing, and yeah, got there.
Obviously, fifth round stoppage as well. I thought the left hook to the body. You probably, do you know the way they're saying, where if you stop time and see where you want the punch to go, you probably couldn't have placed it any better?
Do you know, it was my own fault, you know, the whole trading gap was doing lateral movements, baby steps, keep your boxing stance and be on your toes. And I did none of that. It was like this big, massive, exaggerated wide stance. I couldn't move left or right. And I was like, you know what? I says, it was just pure nerves. And then the fifth round, I could see him. Like, Dominic's bigger, a big lad. He's a lot bigger than me. And I could see on him he wanted to bust me with that straight backhand. And I says, right, you know what? I'm going to let him jab at me again. I can see him wanting to load. He was sitting back in that back leg. I said, he's going to come at me. And I just slipped down and went straight for the body. And it was just a beauty when I landed. I knew when I landed, I says, that's it, deadly, got him.
I think for obviously what I've seen, he tried to get up, and obviously then the second stage of pain kicks in, and I guess anything that was possible, you know, it's the same as yourself, you get knocked down, you don't want to lose that pride, and obviously a defeat, there's no bad blood between the two of you, but hopefully now there can be mutual respect. Dominic obviously said that he turned over because obviously he wanted to fight you. I guess obviously it's his nightmare now that he's got that fight with you and he's tasted defeat.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know if I should say this, but we're two local men. There's literally 5 minutes of a gap between us. I've been getting a bit of hate messages. I don't know if Dominic knows anything about it, but it's supporters of Dominic giving me a lot of hate messages there building up to this fight, and I didn't react to it. Listen, I don't even know if I should say this, but it got so bad that I had to get security cameras up the house before my fight, just in the fear of the house being broken into, you know, because of all these messages I was getting and people saying I drive past your house and all this crack, and I was like, this is crazy.
There's more to it, like it's boxing at the end of the day, the two are fighting, people don't need to take it that bad.
Like me and Dominic, we shook hands there, we give each other a big hug, we're there talking around about having the crack and catching up as friends afterwards. Like, listen, at the end of the day, it's just two lads doing what they love doing, boxing. They're doing their sport, they love what they're doing. They're doing good things back home for their communities. I was like, there's no need for this hate crack. I just don't understand it. And like, I'm able to take it, like, unfortunately, but I'm not gonna lie, a bit of me's on edge. I was like, that's not a nice place to be. I was a bit uncomfortable, thinking that, is your house fucking safe? I was like, that's a silly way to be. And like, you know, I'm a fighter, I believe I have a strong mindset. I was like, what if someone's not in a good place and who suffers with anxiety, like my mother did, and you have someone with hate messages like that giving you come high. I just listen to that.
No time for it at all. You've obviously a wee gash there over your left eye. It doesn't look too bad, so it may not keep you out for too long. When are you looking to get back out?
Listen, I said to Mark before this fight, the goal was to get a title fight with, I said with Owen O'Neill. I said two of us the same weight, let's go for it. I couldn't get sanctioned because I wasn't active enough, and that's fair enough. I hope tonight now, for the man who fought for a title, I stopped him. I says, I believe now I deserve a title shot. I says, you know, I get on very well with Owen O'Neill, he's a lovely fella. I says, listen, we're both boxers, we love what we're doing. Let's push on, let's get an Irish title fight.
I guess the thing is, Owen's moved down to obviously welterweight. Obviously, you're super welter. You're sort of running out of options. Sort of Graham McCormick's moved up the middleweight. I think obviously his fight for the Irish title's not going to go ahead. You know, you probably Eddie rematch.
No, to be honest, like I'll go there. I could make welter. I made 154, which is like middleweight. I made that quite easy. I can make welterweight. I'll fight Owen O'Neill at welterweight, and I'll fight Graham at middleweight. I'll go down to welterweight first, and I'll go up to middleweight after. But that's what we're here for, and I'm not here for smack talk. But like, listen, lads, let's push on. You know.
I guess that's the thing now. Obviously, it's get as many fights you can.
Let's just do it. What's like 3 years since me fight with Eddie, first fight in Ireland since. You know, listen, let's just do it. We're not getting younger, so let's just go for it.
I guess obviously Mark's going to want to try and keep you busy as possible. Does he give you an idea when you may be out next?
I haven't seen him yet, so I hope to have a nice talk with him after this. So
I think the next show 26th of November, so hopefully might see you here in Europa again and then.
Hopefully, yeah. Buzzing.
And I guess we've always talked about obviously your first, you know, you always wanted to fight. Remember we spoke about you always wanted to fight in Belfast. How did it feel now you've had a fight in Belfast?
Live with TG Carter, you get dropped in the second round, you come back, you drop him in the fifth round to win the fight, live on TV. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, me and Dominic, we're both local men. We have very much the similar supporters, like, so to have, like, everyone was cheering for both of us, and just to have that crowd from Cavan was just unbelievable. Just class. That's what it's all about, you know.
Well, listen, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Cheers, take care.